The weird creature I'm convinced that God created one night he had a little too much to drink. This screaming square on 4 legs and demon eyes has become part of Lost My Sanity's new avatar. So one morning Lost barged into my door and said,
"Woman! Design me a plush goat and make it based off the Pale Man."
Wait, what?
Amazing just was like, "Hey, do you want these guys to contact you?" Then I was like, "Yeah, sure." And then they did.
May I please have some more context?
No.
And then he left. So I wandered over to their website and got somewhat of an idea of what I could and couldn't do. Then I started the process of sketching some concept art for the plush, since I had no idea what he actually wanted. So considering his avatar is basically the proud goat and the pale man, we're trying to get a combination of those two. And if there is one thing that became brutally clear to me during this project, it is that I need to put more work into drawing the same thing from different perspectives. Because usually I just make a painting and call it a day. But here I actually need to know what it looks like from different angles. And yes, it is a basic skill I think every artist should have, but I don't. So I need to accept that it isn't perfect right now and put that practice on my to-do list. I feel like that is one of those skills I want to have, but the process of learning it is absolutely dreadful. But I just need to bite the bullet and do it anyways. Also, I have been drawing pretty much the same thing for my book for so long, it is really worth drawing anything else. I know that's not an excuse, don't get me wrong, but that is absolutely what it felt like in the moment. So here are the designs I came up with. These 3 weirdos. Next step was to get Lost's approval. He took some time to think about it, got some feedback on it from his streams, and he landed on this design. Although I have to admit, this guy is my little favorite. I had to put together some information about it for the company, like colors, and then I removed the hat on the side just to show them what I meant, because it was very important that he got that proud goat expression and that his head was tilted, so I really wanted to show that. That's why the hat is looking weird. And also because of my skill level. But we don't need to talk about that. And then we also had to decide on fabric and that sort of thing. Today we got a treat. We got to see the first plush design, and lord, his head is so chunky. I couldn't stop laughing. I think maybe the head was a bit too big when it comes to my preference, but Lost loved it, and that is what is important. They will be sending it to us for a final review, and then we're good to go. In the meantime, there wasn't much else I could do but to wait for it to arrive, so I focused on other projects.
Pacific Northwest region's ecosystems are wonderfully diverse. They include... That's when you know it's gone too far. When nature starts getting diverse. Fuck you, nature! They include a mountain...
A few weeks later, and Greg has arrived. We opened it together and were very positively surprised by how big he was. We thought he would be about half the size of what he is. And I absolutely love the little details. And it seems to be of good quality. And Lost is really happy about how he turned out. And that is what is most important to me, because I was really nervous. I haven't done this before. This was my first time. And if people are going to buy a product, I want to make sure that it's a good product. And that it's something people actually want. And that's always scary when it's a company you haven't worked with before. But so I'm just so relieved that it's actually good. One thing we didn't predict is that the eyes seem to follow you everywhere. And it is kind of creeping me out a bit. I actually had to move him from where we placed him in our room because he kept staring at me while I was working on my PC and really creeping me out. And the same thing happened to Lost, but I'm gonna let him tell you.
Here he is. This is Greg. Look at him. He's so cute. This is my handsome boy. I'll tell you a story, actually. So, I managed to get jump scared by my own plush. It was the middle of the night, and, you know, I'm getting up there in age. I had to take a piss. And so I walked out into the living room to get to the bathroom, and I caught something in the corner of my eye. And I looked over, and there he was, Greg, just fucking staring at me, piercing my eyes, looking deep into my soul. I literally got jump scared by my own fucking plush because I was so tired. I didn't really register what I was looking at the time. Greg is a demon. I thought it was really fucking cool. It's my first real merch thing. I've had some t-shirts and shit like that, but nothing that I was like super proud of. Oh, it's okay. It's actually okay.
On a scale of the harnessing fire to the birth of Jesus, how important is the release of Greg for the future of humanity?
I want to say that Greg is probably the second and third coming of Christ combined. Greg is about 20 centimeters in height. If we put Greg on the shoulder of my wife, he would basically be the size of her head. Yeah, he's the perfect evil parrot. Oh yeah, the head is almost 20 centimeters too, so he's a chunky boy. But he's the size of a woman's head. But it's true! Greg is the size of a woman's head.
has a Mona Lisa gaze, okay? But it's fine. He's just very observant, alright? We all have our hobbies. Now this is going to be a campaign that lasts for 3 weeks. So therefore we had to make a commercial. We had given it some thought on what we wanted to do. Considering we are amateurs who don't know what we are doing, I kinda wanted to lean into that a bit. You know those fancy Lazy Susan car stage things that slowly spins the car around? Well, I have a pizza tray. I attempted a few different things. I wanted to center him on the tray, but he didn't really want to do that. So every time I spun him around, no matter what angle I was at, he kind of kept creeping to the side a little bit. He's not very cooperative. But I did get some shots. So we work with what we got here, okay? That's the whole point of this commercial. Then I threw all the clips into Premiere Pro. It turned out so bad. It's so bad. I mean, it was supposed to be bad, but it turned out much worse than I expected. But anyways, here you go. You can see what I ended up with. I wasn't even able to fully crop it because it was spinning, so I had this ugly part too. So I was very sleep deprived at this point and unhappy with the result. So I decided to learn After Effects at 2 in the morning. Super smart, I know, but you do what you do. So I ended up following these 2 tutorials. These creators have a lot of good videos, so please check out their channels if you need a good teacher. It was still a struggle. I did learn a lot though. I'll probably use it more in the future, honestly. Anyways, this is what I was able to make.
I need you to see this. Shameful plug! Look at my handsome boy! He's so handsome!
It's not perfect, but I'm really happy with what I was able to make. Considering it is my first commercial and all. And after that it was just a waiting game. This was a really fun project. Whether we hit the goal or sell 0, I really don't regret doing it. And we got our very own Greg, so, you know, win-win for us. I have to say. I don't really have too much else to add, so I'll just say thank you so much for watching. I swear that my channel moving forward won't just be about goats. Anyways, if you would like to have your very own creepy little Greg, then there's a link in the description. Like I said, he's only up for a few weeks. So, yeah, I think that's everything. I'm happy. Hopefully you're happy. Hopefully you're having a great day, as usual. And thank you for watching.